Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a long, dark night? A season where the sun just refuses to rise and every shadow feels like a monster. Maybe it's a personal struggle, a loss that has left you feeling hollow, or just the overwhelming weight of the world. In those moments, it can feel like the sadness will last forever. But what if I told you that every night, no matter how long, is followed by a morning? There's a beautiful, powerful promise tucked away in the ancient book of Psalms, specifically in Psalm 30, verse 5. It says, "Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." Think about that for a moment. It doesn't deny the weeping. It doesn't pretend the night isn't real or painful. It acknowledges it. It says, yes, weeping will stay for the night. Your pain is valid. Your sorrow is real. It's okay to feel it. It's part of the human experience. But the promise doesn't end there. It gives us a profound hope to cling to. It assures us that the night is not the end of the story. The weeping has an expiration date. Joy is on the horizon. Just as surely as the sun rises after the darkest hour, a new season of rejoicing is coming for you. This isn't just a nice poetic idea. It's a fundamental truth about the rhythm of life and the nature of hope. Think about nature itself. A seed must be buried in the dark earth before it can sprout into a beautiful flower. Winter's cold and dormancy must pass before the vibrant life of spring can emerge. The darkness is not a sign of abandonment. It's often a necessary prelude to growth and renewal. King David, who is credited with writing this psalm, was no stranger to hardship. He was a shepherd boy who became a king, but his journey was filled with life-threatening dangers, deep betrayals, and personal failures. He knew what it was like to hide in caves, to run for his life, to grieve the loss of loved ones. He had many, many nights of weeping, yet through it all, he held on to this truth. The morning is coming. His life is a testament to the fact that our darkest moments don't define our final destination. So, how do we hold on to this promise when we're in the middle of our own night? How do we believe in the morning when all we can see is darkness? First, we must allow ourselves to feel. The verse says, "Weeping may stay for the night." It's okay to grieve. It's okay to be sad. Suppressing our emotions doesn't make them go away. It often just makes the night feel longer and lonelier. Acknowledging our pain is the first step toward healing. It's like telling a doctor where it hurts. You can't get the right help until you're honest about the wound. Second, we need to look for tiny glimmers of light, even when the sun isn't up yet. Maybe it's the kindness of a friend, a beautiful song, a moment of peace in nature, or just the simple act of taking a deep breath. These are the stars in our night sky. They don't erase the darkness, but they remind us that light still exists. These small joys are whispers of the morning to come. They are little deposits of hope that we can collect and hold on to. Let's think about this practically. When you're going through a tough time, it's easy to focus only on what's wrong. Our brains are kind of wired that way for survival, but we can intentionally retrain our focus. Maybe you could start a gratitude journal. At the end of each day, write down just one thing, no matter how small, that you're thankful for. It could be a warm cup of coffee, a text from a loved one, or the fact that you made it through another day. This simple practice can shift your perspective from what you've lost to what you still have, from the overwhelming darkness to the persistent stars. Third, we must remember that we are not alone in the night. David wrote these psalms not just for himself, but for a whole community. We are designed for connection. When we're hurting, our instinct might be to isolate ourselves, to pull away. But that's when we need community the most. Reach out to a trusted friend, a family member, a support group, or a counselor. Sharing your struggle doesn't just lighten your own load, it also creates a space where others can share theirs. You'll often find that the very people you lean on have navigated their own dark nights and can offer wisdom and empathy that you desperately need. Their story of survival becomes a beacon of hope for yours. Remember, joy doesn't always arrive like a sudden burst of sunlight. Sometimes the morning comes slowly. It starts with a faint glow on the horizon. The sky shifts from black to a deep navy, then to purple and orange, long before the sun actually appears. Healing and the return of joy can be a gradual process. There will be good days and bad days. Some mornings might still feel a little gray and overcast. That's okay. Progress is not always a straight line. The key is to keep facing east, to keep expecting the dawn. The promise of Psalm 35 is a lifeline. It's a declaration that our current circumstances are not our final conclusion. Your season of sorrow is temporary. Your weeping has a purpose, perhaps to water the seeds of future strength and compassion. But it is not forever. Let this truth sink deep into your heart today. Whatever night you find yourself in, a night of loneliness, of anxiety, of grief, of uncertainty, hold on, cling to the promise. Joy is not just a possibility, it is a certainty. It is the guaranteed outcome of your perseverance. The morning is coming, and when it arrives, the memory of the night will make the sunrise that much more beautiful. The joy will be deeper, richer, and more meaningful because you know what it's like to have wept. Your story won't be about the darkness. It will be about how you made it through to see the glorious dawn. So, take a deep breath. Know that your night is seen and understood, but also know with every fiber of your being that your morning is on its way. The rejoicing is coming. Hold on to hope. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, I would be so grateful if you'd like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Your support helps us share these messages of hope with more people who might need to hear them. Remember, you are not alone. Be well and keep looking for the sunrise. Have you ever felt that knot in your stomach, that tightness in your chest? That cold, creeping feeling we all know as fear? It can be paralyzing, can't it? It whispers lies in our ears, telling us we're not good enough, that we're going to fail, that the worst is just around the corner. Fear can make our world feel so small and dark. It can steal our joy, our peace, and our hope for the future. Whether it's the fear of failure, the fear of what others think, the fear of the unknown, or even the fear of being alone, it's a powerful force that can hold us captive. I've been there. I know what it's like to lay awake at night, my mind racing with 1,000 what-ifs. I know the feeling of a heart pounding so hard you think it might just beat out of your chest. In those moments, it can feel like you're completely on your own, lost in a storm with no land in sight. We try everything to fight it, don't we? We try to reason with it, ignore it, or numb it. But often, it just comes back, sometimes even stronger than before. But what if I told you there's a better way? What if there's a promise, an invitation to find true and lasting freedom from our fears? There's a beautiful verse in the Bible, in Psalm 34, verse 4. It's a simple, yet incredibly profound statement from someone who knew fear intimately. King David, who wrote this psalm, was a man who faced giant warriors, jealous kings, and the constant threat of betrayal. He knew fear, and this is what he wrote. I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Let's break that down because it's packed with so much hope. I sought the Lord. Seeking is an active word. It's not passive. It's not just sitting back and hoping the fear goes away. It's a conscious decision to turn your attention, your focus, your heart towards God. It means choosing to look up instead of looking at the scary circumstances all around you. Think of it like this. Imagine you're lost in a thick, dark forest. The sounds of the night are creeping in, and every shadow looks like a threat. Your natural instinct is to panic, to run wildly in any direction. But what if you knew there was a lighthouse, a beacon of light just beyond the trees? Seeking the Lord is like stopping, taking a deep breath, and deliberately looking for that light. It's about orienting yourself towards the one source of safety and guidance. It's praying, even when your voice is shaking. It's opening up the Bible, even when your mind is distracted. It's crying out to God and saying, I'm scared, I can't do this alone, I need you. It's an act of will, an act of faith, to turn towards Him in the middle of the storm. And what happens when we do that? The verse continues. And He answered me. This is the promise. It's not a maybe, it's not a possibility, it's a certainty. When you seek God, He hears you. He doesn't turn a deaf ear to your cry. He is not a distant, uncaring force. He is a personal, loving Father who leans in to listen to the whispers of His children. Now, His answer might not always look the way we expect. Sometimes we want the scary situation to just vanish instantly. We want the storm to stop, the giant to disappear. And sometimes God does that. But more often, His answer comes in a different form. It might come as a sudden sense of peace that settles over your anxious heart, a peace that doesn't make any logical sense given your circumstances. It might come as a newfound strength you didn't know you had, enabling you to take the next brave step. It might come as a creative idea or a solution to a problem that seemed impossible just moments before. Or it might come through the comfort of a friend, a perfectly timed word of encouragement, or a scripture that seems to jump off the page and speak directly to your soul. The point is, He answers. He engages with us. We are not shouting into a void. We are speaking to a God who listens and responds. And the final part of the verse is the ultimate outcome. Me'im furs. He delivered me from all my fears. Notice it says, delivered me from, not necessarily delivered me out of. This is a crucial distinction. Sometimes God removes the thing we're afraid of, but more often He does something even more profound. He removes the fear from us, even while we're still in the middle of the situation. He gives us the courage to walk through the fire without being burned. He gives us the peace to sleep in the boat while the storm rages. Delivery from fear doesn't mean you'll never feel a flicker of anxiety again. It means that fear no longer has the power to control you. It no longer dictates your decisions. It no longer holds you captive. You are free. You are delivered because you know you are not alone. You know that the one who is with you is greater than anything you could ever face. He is your protector, your provider, your peace. Let's think about what all my fears means. That's comprehensive. It covers the big, life-altering fears and the small, nagging anxieties. The fear of public speaking, He can deliver you. The fear of financial insecurity, He can deliver you. The fear of loneliness, of rejection, of not being enough. He can and will deliver you from all of it. There is no fear too big for His power and no fear too small for His attention. So, how do we apply this today, right now? It starts with that first step. Seek. If you're feeling anxious, take a moment right now. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and turn your thoughts toward God. You can say something simple, like, God, I'm scared. I'm giving this fear to you. Please answer me. Please deliver me. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be real. Make seeking Him a daily habit, not just a desperate last resort. Start your day by spending a few minutes in prayer or reading a psalm, orienting your heart toward Him before the worries of the day crowd in. When a fearful thought enters your mind during the day, don't let it take root. Immediately turn it over to God. Replace the fearful thought with the truth of His promises, like this one from Psalm 34. This isn't a one-time fix, it's a lifelong walk. It's a continuous process of seeking, being answered, and experiencing His deliverance. With every cycle, your faith grows stronger, and the voice of fear grows weaker. You begin to live not from a place of fear, but from a place of faith, confidence, and profound peace, knowing that you are held and protected by the God of the universe. The invitation is open to you today. You don't have to live as a captive to your anxieties. You can be set free. Seek the Lord. Trust that He will answer you, and watch as He delivers you from all your fears. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content to encourage you on your journey of faith. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share a time when God delivered you from a fear. Your story could be the very thing someone else needs to hear today. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Have you ever felt truly, deeply alone? Like you're just a face in the crowd, a tiny speck in a vast universe, and no one really sees you or understands what you're going through? Maybe you're surrounded by people, but there's still this ache of loneliness, this feeling that you're invisible. It's a tough place to be, and I think we've all been there at some point. It's in those moments when the silence feels deafening that we often search for something, anything, to hold on to. What if I told you there's an ancient song, a poem really, that speaks directly to that feeling? It's a powerful reminder that you have never, not for a single second, been alone. I'm talking about Psalm 139 from the Bible. Now, whether you're religious or not, stick with me, because the message in this psalm is universal. It's about being known, being seen, and being valued in a way that goes beyond human understanding. Let's dive into it. The psalm starts with these incredible words, "O Lord, you have searched me, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar." Just stop and think about that for a second. It's not just about someone knowing your name or your job. This is about a divine presence that knows the rhythm of your life, the simple act of sitting down and getting up. It even knows your thoughts before you speak them, understanding the worries, the dreams, and the random ideas that float through your mind. In a world where we often feel misunderstood, this is a radical claim of complete and total understanding. It's like having a confidant who gets you without you even having to say a word. The writer, traditionally believed to be King David, goes on to say, "You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me." Picture that. It's not a feeling of being trapped, but of being protected, encircled by a caring presence. It's like a gentle, reassuring hand on your shoulder, a constant reminder that you are not facing life's battles on your own. When loneliness makes you feel exposed and vulnerable, this image offers a sense of safety and security. It suggests that every step you take is within the circle of a loving watch. This is where it gets even more mind-blowing. David asks, "Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence?" He then goes on this poetic journey, imagining going to the highest heavens or the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean. And the conclusion is always the same. God is there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast. This isn't about a God who is watching you to catch you doing something wrong. This is about a presence so vast and so loving that there is no place you can go where you are outside of its care. Think about your loneliest moment. Maybe it was in a new city, in a hospital room, or in your own home after everyone else had gone to bed. This psalm says that even in that place, at that exact moment, you were not alone. A guiding hand was there, ready to hold you fast. The darkness of loneliness cannot hide you from this light. In fact, David addresses darkness directly. He says, "If I say, 'Surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me,' even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you." Wow. The things that we feel isolate us, our fears, our mistakes, our sorrows, the dark parts of our lives, are not barriers to God. To this divine presence, darkness and light are the same. It means that you are seen and known, not just in your bright, happy moments, but in your darkest, most painful ones too. And you are loved just the same. Loneliness often thrives in the dark, feeding on our sense of being hidden and forgotten. This verse pulls back the curtain and floods that darkness with an unwavering, ever-present light. Now let's get to the part that's my personal favorite. It's about our creation. Psalm 139 says, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. This isn't about random chance. This is the language of a master artist, a weaver creating a masterpiece. Before you ever felt lonely, before you ever took your first breath, you were being intentionally and lovingly crafted. The words, fearfully and wonderfully made, are so powerful. It means you were made with reverence, with awe, with intricate detail. Every part of you, your personality, your quirks, your talents, your unique way of seeing the world, was part of the design. When you feel worthless or insignificant, remember this: you are a wonderful work. You are not a mistake. You are not an afterthought. You are a deliberate creation, knit together with purpose and care. Knowing this can be a powerful antidote to the lie that loneliness tells us, the lie that we do not matter. The psalm continues, "My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." This goes even deeper. It suggests that your entire life story, every single day, was foreseen with love. This doesn't mean our lives are rigidly predetermined and we have no choice. I see it more as a comfort. It means that no matter what surprises or challenges come your way, they are not a surprise to the one who knows you completely. There is a plan and a purpose that is bigger than your current struggle. When you feel lost and your future seems uncertain, you can find peace in knowing that your days are held in a loving, sovereign hand. So, how do we bring this ancient psalm into our modern, busy, and often isolating lives? How do we make this more than just beautiful words on a page? First, we can choose to believe it. It's a choice. When the feeling of loneliness starts to creep in, we can consciously remind ourselves of these truths. You can even say them out loud. I am not alone. I am seen. I am known. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Speak this truth over yourself until it starts to sink in deeper than the feeling of isolation. Second, we can practice seeing God's presence. Look for Him in the small things, in the beauty of a sunset, the kindness of a stranger, the timely encouragement from a friend. These can be little winks from the universe, reminders that you are part of a much bigger, beautiful story. The more you look for this presence, the more you will see it. It's like training a muscle. Third, we can use this psalm as a prayer or a meditation. When you feel overwhelmed by loneliness, open it up and read it slowly. Let the words wash over you. Talk to God using the words of the psalm itself. Say, "You have searched me, and you know me. Show me right now that you are here with me. Help me feel your hand upon me." It's a way to actively engage with this truth, not just passively hear it. And finally, knowing that we are seen and loved by God should empower us to be that presence for others. Who in your life might be feeling lonely? Who needs a reminder that they are seen and valued? A simple text message, a phone call, an invitation for coffee. These small acts can be a tangible expression of the very presence we've been talking about. We can become the hands and feet that hem in someone else, offering them protection and care. When we step out of our own loneliness to help someone else, we often find that our own feelings of isolation begin to fade. Feeling lonely is a painful human experience, but it doesn't have to be your final destination. Psalm 139 offers a lifeline, a roadmap back to the truth that you are deeply known, fully seen, and unconditionally loved. You were never an accident. You have never been invisible. From the moment you were conceived to this very second, a loving presence has been with you, guiding you and holding you fast. Cling to that truth. Let it be the anchor for your soul in the lonely seasons of life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this brought some comfort and encouragement to your heart. If this message resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. You never know whose life you might touch. Until next time, take care and remember, you are not alone. Have you ever felt like you're walking through a storm? The wind is howling, the rain is pouring down, and you're just looking for a safe place to hide. Life can feel like that sometimes, can't it? We face challenges in our health, our finances, our relationships, and it's easy to feel anxious, to wonder where we can find true safety and peace. Today, I want to share something with you that has been a source of incredible strength and comfort for countless people for thousands of years. It's a powerful passage from the Bible, Psalm 91. It's more than just beautiful poetry. It's a profound promise of divine protection. Let's explore it together and see how its ancient words can bring peace to our modern worries. The psalm starts with this incredible declaration: "He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Think about that for a moment. What does it mean to dwell? It's not just visiting, it's making a home, settling in, living there. This isn't about a fleeting moment of prayer. It's about a continuous, intimate relationship with God. When we choose to live our lives in close connection with Him, we are promised to abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Imagine walking on a scorching hot day. When you find the shadow of a huge, strong tree, what do you feel? Relief, coolness, protection. The shadow of the Almighty is like that, but infinitely more powerful. It's a place of rest and security, shielded from the harsh elements of life. It's a promise that no matter what's happening around us, we can find refuge in His presence. The psalmist then continues with a personal commitment, saying, "I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him I will trust." This is a crucial step. It's not enough to know about God's protection. We have to claim it for ourselves. By declaring Him as our refuge, our strong tower, our fortress, we are actively placing our trust in Him. A fortress is a place built to withstand any attack. When we see God as our fortress, we're acknowledging that He is stronger than any problem, any fear, any danger that comes against us. This trust isn't a blind leap. It's a confident reliance on God's character. It's saying, "I know who you are, and because of who you are, I trust you with my life." This conscious decision to trust is what activates the promises that follow. It shifts our focus from the size of our problems to the greatness of our God, and what follows is truly amazing. The psalm says, "Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence." Let's break this down. The snare of the fowler refers to the hidden traps and deceptive schemes that we can encounter. These are the unexpected troubles, the situations designed to trip us up and entangle us. But God promises to deliver us from them. He sees the traps we don't. He can guide us around them or break them open if we fall into them. Then it mentions the perilous pestilence. This speaks to diseases, plagues, and widespread sickness, fears that feel incredibly relevant in our world today. The promise here is one of divine protection from harm. It doesn't mean we'll never face sickness, but it does mean that even in the midst of it, we are under His care. He covers us with His feathers, and under His wings we can find refuge. This imagery is so beautiful and tender. Think of a mother bird gathering her chicks under her wings. She protects them from predators, from the cold, from the storm. It's a picture of intimate care and fierce protection. That's how God cares for us. His truth becomes our shield and buckler, our defense system. When we are armed with the truth of His word and His promises, we are equipped to stand firm against fear and deception. This leads to one of the most comforting parts of the psalm. "You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday." This covers every possible time and type of danger. The terror by night could be our anxieties, our nightmares, the fears that creep in when we're alone in the dark. The arrow that flies by day represents the open, visible attacks, criticism, sudden setbacks, or accidents. The pestilence that walks in darkness are the unseen dangers, the things we don't even know are a threat. And the destruction that lays waste at noonday speaks of calamities that happen in broad daylight, catching everyone by surprise. The promise is a comprehensive shield against fear itself. It's a call to live in a state of peace, not because the dangers aren't real, but because our protector is even more real. The psalm goes on to say, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. This is a staggering promise. It paints a picture of being in the middle of chaos and turmoil, yet being divinely preserved. It's a powerful reminder that our security doesn't depend on our circumstances. Even when it seems like the world is falling apart around us, we can stand on the promise that we are safe in His care. This isn't a promise of a life free from trouble, but a promise of protection through trouble. It's about being kept safe in the storm, not always from the storm. We can have a supernatural peace that doesn't make sense to the world, because our hope isn't in what we see, but in the one who holds us. And then comes the key. Why? Why all this protection? The psalm gives us the answer. Because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place, no evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. It all comes back to that initial choice, to make God our home, our dwelling place. Our part is to draw near to Him, and His part is to cover us with His protection. This isn't a magic formula, it's a relationship. When we prioritize our connection with God, when we seek Him daily, when we live in constant communion with Him, we position ourselves to receive the fullness of His promises. It's a covenant relationship where He says, "If you will dwell with me, I will be your shield." The psalm concludes with God speaking directly, reinforcing these promises. Because He has set His love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high because he has known my name. Notice the conditions, setting our love on Him and knowing His name. Knowing His name in this context means more than just knowing much about Him. It means having a deep, personal, intimate knowledge of His character, His power, and His love. When we love God above all else, He promises to deliver us and set us on high, which means to lift us up to a place of safety and honor. He continues, "He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him." What an incredible promise! He doesn't just promise to answer our calls, He promises to be with us in the middle of our troubles. We are never alone in our struggles. He is right there with us, working to deliver us. And finally, the ultimate promise. "With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation." This speaks of a full, satisfying life under His blessing and the ultimate salvation that is found only in Him. It's a promise of not just quantity of life, but quality of life, culminating in the eternal security of knowing Him. So what does this mean for us today? It means that when you feel anxious about the future, you can declare, "God is my refuge and my fortress." When you're facing a health crisis, you can find rest under the shadow of His wings. When you feel trapped or ambushed by life's circumstances, you can trust that He will deliver you from the snare. Psalm 91 is your invitation to move from a place of fear to a place of faith. It's a roadmap to finding unshakable peace in a very shaky world. I encourage you to read it for yourself, meditate on it, make its words your own personal prayer. Choose today to make the Lord your dwelling place, to set your love upon Him, and to trust in His mighty protection. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this exploration of Psalm 91 has been an encouragement to you. If it has, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. May you find rest and security in the shadow of the Almighty. Have you ever felt like you're standing on the edge of a crumbling cliff? The world around you seems to be shaking. The news is a constant barrage of chaos, and your own personal life feels like a storm you can't control. It's that feeling of being completely and utterly overwhelmed, where the weight of it all just presses down on you until you can barely breathe. In those moments, where do you turn? What do you hold on to when the ground beneath your feet feels like it's giving way? Today, I want to talk about an ancient anchor, a source of unshakable strength that has comforted people for thousands of years. It's found in the Bible, in Psalm 46. This isn't just old poetry. It's a powerful declaration of hope for anyone feeling lost and overwhelmed. The psalm begins with these incredible words: God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Let's just pause and soak that in. God is our refuge. A refuge is a safe place, a shelter from a storm. Imagine a violent hurricane is raging outside, but you're tucked away in a solid, warm house. You can hear the wind howling and the rain lashing against the windows, but you are safe. You are protected. That's the image this psalm paints for us. When the storms of life, anxiety, fear, uncertainty, loss are raging, God offers us a place to hide, a spiritual shelter where we can find peace amidst the chaos. But it doesn't stop there. He is not just a passive shelter, He is also our strength. This is so important. God doesn't just protect us from the storm, He gives us the inner fortitude to endure it. It's not about us mustering up our own courage. It's about tapping into a divine power source. Think of it like plugging your phone into a charger when the battery is at 1%. On its own, the phone is useless. But connected to the power source, it comes back to life. In the same way, when we feel weak and depleted, we can connect with God, and He infuses us with His strength to keep going. And the best part? He is an ever-present help in trouble. Not a sometimes help, not a when He feels like it help. An ever-present help. He's not far off in some distant heaven, oblivious to our struggles. He is right here, right now, in the very midst of our trouble. He is present in the sleepless nights, in the anxious thoughts, in the difficult conversations, in the moments we feel most alone. He is with us, ready to help. The psalmist then goes on to describe a world in total chaos. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. This is some seriously dramatic imagery. Mountains falling into the sea, that's the end of the world as we know it. The psalmist is describing the absolute worst-case scenario. He's saying, even if everything you know, everything you rely on, completely collapses and is thrown into chaos, even then, we will not fear. Why? Because our security isn't based on the stability of the world around us. Our security isn't in our job, our finances, our health, or even the stability of the mountains. Our security is in God, our refuge and strength. When our foundation is God, we can remain steady even when everything else is shaking. This is a radical shift in perspective. It moves our trust from the temporary and fragile things of this world to the eternal and unshakable character of God. This doesn't mean we won't feel scared or anxious. We're human. The feelings are real. But it means that underneath the fear, there is a deeper, more profound truth holding us steady. It's like being in a boat during a storm. The waves are tossing you around and you might feel sick and scared, but you have an anchor that is lodged deep in the seabed. The anchor doesn't stop the storm, but it keeps you from being swept away. God is that anchor for our souls. The psalm then shifts its tone. It speaks of a river whose streams make glad the city of God. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. After all that talk of roaring seas and quaking mountains, we get this beautiful, peaceful image of a life-giving river. This river represents the constant, quiet, life-sustaining presence of God in our lives. While the world outside might be a raging sea, inside the city of God, which represents God's people, our very hearts where He dwells, there is a river of peace, joy, and life. This is the peace that doesn't make sense to the outside world. It's the calm in your spirit when everything around you is frantic. It's the quiet confidence that even in the darkest night, morning will come. God will help her at break of day. This is a promise. The darkness doesn't last forever. Help is on the way. The dawn is coming. Then we come to one of the most famous verses in all of the Psalms, and perhaps one of the most misunderstood. Be still and know that I am God. In our frantic, busy, overwhelmed state, what is God's instruction? It's not try harder, do more, or figure it all out. It's be still. The Hebrew word for be still can also mean cease striving, let go, or relax. It's an invitation to stop fighting in our own strength, stop trying to control every outcome, stop spinning our wheels in anxiety. It's a call to pause, to breathe, and to surrender. Surrender is a scary word for many of us. We think it means giving up. But in a spiritual sense, surrender means giving up control to the one who is actually in control. It's acknowledging that we are not God, and that's okay. It's letting go of the crushing weight of trying to be. And in that stillness, in that surrender, we are to know that I am God. This isn't just intellectual knowledge, like knowing a fact from a book. This is a deep, personal, experiential knowing. It's the kind of knowing that comes from relationship. It's in the quiet moments that we truly begin to understand His power, His sovereignty, and His deep, abiding love for us. When we stop talking and striving, we can finally hear His voice and feel His presence. Think about it. When you're panicking, your mind is racing and you can't think clearly. The best advice is always to stop, take a deep breath, and calm down. That's what God is telling us to do on a soul level. Stop panicking, stop striving. Take a spiritual deep breath, let go, and remember who I am. I am the God who created the universe. I am the God who holds the mountains in place. I am the God who is your refuge and your strength. I've got this. And because I've got this, you don't have to carry the weight of it all by yourself. The psalm ends by repeating the main theme like a chorus in a song that we need to hear again and again. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. A fortress is even stronger than a refuge. It's an impenetrable stronghold. It's a military-grade safe zone. This isn't just a cozy cottage. This is a castle with high walls and guards, completely secure from any attack. When you feel overwhelmed, when you feel attacked by fear, doubt, or despair, remember this image. You are in a fortress. The Lord Almighty, the commander of heaven's armies, is with you. He is your defender. He is your protection. So how do we apply this ancient psalm to our 21st century lives with our smartphones, deadlines, and constant notifications? First, we have to intentionally choose our refuge. When you start to feel that familiar wave of overwhelm rising, where do you instinctively run? To social media? To binge watching a show? To food? To overworking? These things might offer temporary distraction, but they are not a refuge. They are flimsy tents in a hurricane. Intentionally choose to run to God instead. This can be as simple as pausing for 30 seconds, closing your eyes, and whispering, God, you are my refuge. Second, practice being still. This is a discipline. It won't come naturally in our hyperactive world. Schedule 5 minutes of stillness into your day. Find a quiet place, turn off your phone, and just sit. Don't try to pray eloquent prayers. Don't try to solve your problems. Just be still, and let your soul catch up. In the silence, remind yourself of who God is. You are God. I am not. You are in control. I surrender. And third, look for the river. Even on the hardest days, look for the small streams of God's grace that bring gladness. A kind word from a friend, the beauty of a sunset, a moment of unexpected peace, a song that lifts your spirit. These are whispers from God, reminding you that His river of life is still flowing, even when it feels like you're surrounded by a chaotic sea. Psalm 46 isn't a magic formula that will make all your problems disappear, but it is a lifeline. It is an anchor. It is a fortress. It is a divine invitation to shift your perspective from the size of your storm to the size of your God. He is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. So be still, cease striving, and know that He is God. He is with you, and He is your fortress. You are safer than you think. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this was an encouragement to your heart. If it was, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. It really helps us reach more people. Grace and peace to you. Have you ever felt lost, like you're navigating a dense fog without a map or a compass? Life throws so much at us: unexpected turns, confusing choices, moments of doubt, and seasons of struggle. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to wonder if there's any reliable source of direction we can turn to. Where do we find a light that's bright enough to cut through the darkness and show us the way forward? Well, today I want to share something truly special with you, a hidden treasure that has been a source of profound wisdom and comfort for centuries. We're going to dive deep into one of the most remarkable chapters in the entire Bible, Psalm 119. Now, you might be thinking, Psalm 119, isn't that the really long one? And you'd be right. It is the longest chapter in the Bible, a magnificent poem of 176 verses. But its length isn't just for show, it's a testament to its depth and richness. Think of it not as a long, daunting text, but as an expansive, beautiful garden filled with life-giving wisdom, waiting for you to explore its many paths. Psalm 119 is essentially a love letter to God's Word. The psalmist, through an incredible acrostic structure following the Hebrew alphabet, pours out his heart, expressing a deep, passionate longing for God's instructions, laws, and promises. It's a powerful guide for anyone seeking to live a life of purpose, integrity, and joy, especially when facing life's challenges. Let's start with one of the most well-known verses from this psalm, verse 105. Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path. Imagine you're walking on a treacherous, uneven trail in the dead of night. A lamp at your feet illuminates the very next step, preventing you from tripping over a rock or stumbling into a hole. That's what God's Word does. It gives us immediate practical guidance for the decisions we have to make right now. But it's also a light on my path. This is a broader, more far-reaching light, like a powerful floodlight that illuminates the road ahead. It shows us the overall direction our lives should be taking. It helps us see the bigger picture, aligning our long-term goals and aspirations with a divine purpose. So, whether you're facing a small daily decision or a major life crossroad, Psalm 119 reminds us that God's Word provides both the immediate step-by-step guidance and the long-range vision we need. But what happens when life gets tough? When we feel afflicted, discouraged, or misunderstood? The psalmist was no stranger to hardship. Listen to what he says in verses 50 and 51. My comfort in my suffering is this: your promise preserves my life. The arrogant mock me unmercifully, but I do not turn from your law. This is so powerful. In moments of pain, where do we typically seek comfort? Sometimes we look for distractions or temporary fixes. But the psalmist found enduring comfort and life itself in God's promises. He faced ridicule and scorn from others, a feeling many of us can relate to. Yet, instead of lashing out or giving up, he held even tighter to the truth he knew. His anchor wasn't the approval of others, but the unshakable foundation of God's Word. This psalm teaches us that true resilience comes from being rooted in something eternal, something that doesn't change even when our circumstances do. Let S look at another aspect: the struggle with temptation and the desire for a pure heart. It's a universal human experience. How do we stay on the right track? The psalmist asks this very question in verse 9. How can a young person stay on the path of purity? And he immediately provides the answer: by living according to your word. He doesn't stop there. He makes it personal in verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. This is more than just memorizing verses. Hiding God's word in your heart means internalizing it, meditating on it, letting it shape your thoughts, desires, and reactions. It's like installing a new operating system for your soul. When the pop-ups of temptation appear, your heart, filled with God's truth, is already equipped to close them. It becomes your default response system, guiding you toward choices that honor God and lead to true freedom and joy. This isn't about legalism or trying to be perfect through sheer willpower. It's about relationship. The psalmist's desire for God as law is born out of a deep love for God himself. In verse 97, he exclaims, "Oh, how I love your law! I meditate on it all day long." This isn't a chore, it's a delight. He finds joy, wisdom, and life in God's instructions. He sees them not as restrictive rules, but as loving guidance from a father who knows what's best for his children. Think about a time you felt completely overwhelmed by anxiety or confusion. Your mind is racing and you can't find peace. The psalmist experienced this too. In verse 143, he writes, "Trouble and distress have come upon me, but your commands are my delight." In the middle of his crisis, he found a source of joy and stability. He chose to focus his mind on God's truth rather than on the swirling chaos of his circumstances. This is a practical strategy for us today. When anxiety strikes, we can intentionally turn our minds to the promises and truths found in Scripture. It can recenter our perspective and bring a sense of peace that surpasses our understanding. Psalm 119 also gives us a model for how to pray. It's filled with honest cries for help, for understanding, and for guidance. In verse 18, he prays, "Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in your law." This is a beautiful prayer for us to adopt. It's a humble acknowledgement that we need God's help to truly understand and appreciate the depth of His Word. We can't just read it like any other book. We need the Spirit to illuminate its meaning for our lives. He also prays for deliverance and strength. Verse 25 says, "I am laid low in the dust. Preserve my life according to your word." And verse 28, "My soul is weary with sorrow. Strengthen me according to your word." In our lowest moments, when we feel completely drained and defeated, we can come to God with the same honesty, asking Him to revive and strengthen us, trusting in the power of His promises. So how can we apply the wisdom of Psalm 119 to our lives today? It starts with a simple, intentional decision. A decision to engage with God's Word not as a dusty old rule book, but as a living, breathing source of guidance, comfort, and joy. Maybe it means starting your day with a few verses, letting them set the tone for everything that follows. Maybe it means finding one or two verses that speak to a specific challenge you're facing and hiding them in your heart by meditating on them throughout the day. When you feel anxious, recall a promise of peace. When you feel weak, remember a verse about God's strength. This incredible psalm shows us that a life built on the foundation of God's Word is a life of stability, purpose, and profound joy. It's a lamp for our next step and a light for our entire journey. It's our comfort in suffering, our guide to purity, and our source of strength when we are weak. It doesn't promise a life free from challenges, but it does promise a faithful guide to walk with us through them. The psalmist's journey is our journey, his struggles are our struggles, and his source of hope can be our source of hope. So I encourage you, don't be intimidated by its length. Open up Psalm 119, read a section, pray the psalmist's prayers. Ask God to open your eyes to the wonderful things in His law. You might just find that it becomes a love letter written directly to your heart, a timeless guide for your modern life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this exploration of Psalm 119 has encouraged and inspired you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Share in the comments below which verse from Psalm 119 speaks to you the most. I'd love to read them. Until next time, take care and walk in the light.